Hello, my name is Kleiner Tigredo and my group and I will talk about consideration for bilingual education in Colombia. In Law 115, Article 21, Ministry of National Education of Colombia, 1994, it is established that the acquisition of skills in writing and communication in a foreign language is a national education objective in Colombia. Article 22 also emphasized that the understanding and the ability to express oneself in a foreign language are educational objectives. Although English is not specifically mentioned in official documents, it is generally understood to be the relevant foreign language to its commercial and international importance. In summary, the law established that the acquisition of skills in a foreign language is a national education objective, but that's not specific that it is English, although it is commonly understood that it is the relevant foreign language to it is important in commercial and international.
My name is Yulexi Peso. Spanish is the official language of Colombia. The language and dialect of each ethnic group are also official in their territory. Education will be bilingual in communities with their own linguistic traditions. The issue is a transcendental recognition of bilingualism since it gives the indigenous communities themselves the possibility of valuing their mother tongue and the central government the legal tool to implement programs for its
My
preservation.
name is Erika Rocaforte. An indigenous language can be considered a co-official language within its territory. In Law Number 115 also offers minority education Chapter 3, defined as education provided to a group or community that has its own cultures, language, and traditions. This type of education must be linked to the environment, productive, social, and cultural processes, always respecting their beliefs and traditions. Likewise, its main objectives are purpose to achieve or the consolidation of identify, knowledge, socialization, among others.
My name is Kevin Sanchez. Nevertheless, those minority language, deaf community language, Afro-Colombian language, and especially indigenous language, around 64 language and 3,000 dialectal varieties, according to Fundación Herrera, also have their voice to be heard within the Colombian context. Policy makers have overtly disregarded and disrespected the Universal Declaration of Linguistic Rights that call to the preservation of everyone's right to a linguistic identity.
My name is Mitchell Yin. In Colombia, the type of bilingualism that will be implemented is the individual additive bilingualism rather than social bilingualism. There are many reasons for this. No decision has been taken on basic guidelines to promote the necessary adjustment in curricula and syllabuses. Also, so far, the focus has only been on the evaluation of teachers and the development of their linguistic competences. However, the language proficiency level attained by teachers doesn't guarantee students expected foreign language acquisition. Similarly, not all the teachers evaluated are foreign language teachers, which leads to pedagogical and didactic problems and drawbacks that affect the teaching and learning of a foreign language. In addition, it is one thing for a language teacher to have a good command of the language and quite another to their students to reach a similar level. In other words, teaching doesn't ensure learning.
My name is Sociolinguale and I will continue explaining. Secondly, there are doubts about whether policymakers are sufficiently competently qualified as anthropologists, sociologists, linguists, and psychologists to be competent in serious debate on the issue of language planning and policy. From what we have observed more than 6 years of the bilingualism project, the current results have not lived up to the original announcements and promises. Thirdly and finally, there is still no real conviction that having better language teachers without making change in the student plan, such as number of hours per week, numbers of students per class, teaching focus on bilingualism, introduction of a general curriculum based on FL, adoption of a new technology for communication and information will lead to the expected results. In this sense, universities should begin to train language teachers so that they become experts on bilingualism programs. This will require a significant investment that will be just the beginning of the strategy to establish bilingual education initiative.
I am Adriana Ortega. Evaluation in bilingual education programs in Colombia lies in its ability to measure the progress and impact of these programs on students. By having clear purposes and objective educational institutions can conduct effective evaluation that allow them to adopt ongoing plans as necessary, the assessment also helps to identify areas for improving, ensuring that the student acquire the language skills necessary to actively participate in an increasingly globalized world. Evaluation in bilingual education program must be complete in various aspects, including not only linguistic, communicative, and pragmatic skills, but also the effect of the programs on individual and communities. Measuring the social and cultural impact of bilingualism is essential to understanding how these programs affect people and their environment. That is all. Thank you, Miss.